Everybody, and welcome to the final series of the first batches of the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12, not 10. I'm Anani, and this is Randy. Say hello, Randy.
Hello.
And say hello, Ocelot. Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn he was just here. Oh well, probably not worth thinking about. This is the
Yeah.
GGs versus This is Sparta. So, let's take a look, let's check it out, and let's be done with this.
Yeah, we're done with week one.
Yep.
Get to see all the first games for the teams, getting used to their new stacks.
Yeah, I feel like week 2 is definitely going to be generally more interesting than week 1 as far as the actual games themselves. This is definitely an interesting exploratory phase.
10 seconds remaining.
Nobody told Old Wizard that we were starting, I guess. There we go. Kicked off with a Rubik ban.
That means big ultis.
Big ultis and channeled stuff would be the two obvious guesses.
Radiant team back.
Nothing in the world worse than having a channeled ultimate with a Rubik on the enemy team.
It's
It's
true.
just the wrong thing. You don't want to see that.
Ten seconds remaining.
Clockwork goes down on the other side while Radiant slowly considers. There we go. Doesn't want to see Underlord. That's interesting.
Lord, yeah. I think he has a 0% PB up until this match.
Yeah, he has not appeared at this tournament, I don't think. Very interesting ban, a Pit Lord. That again, that's another sign of like a channeled ult that they're trying to build a lot around.
Yep.
Could be something like Crystal Main. You could see something like a Bane. Here goes a Tide Hunter.
Many things happen. It might be a Bane, because Bane was super popular at TI.
It could be Bane. It could easily as well be Pugna, because I noticed people are starting to pick Pugna in the wake of TI.
Dire team pick. Dire team pick.
Or it could be Centaur Warrunner.
Yeah, first pick Centaur. Certainly not Jakiro. Shoutouts to Pohohoro, who is currently blowing the hell up out of my DMs.
Wow.
Centaur Warrunner also certainly somebody who does not want to see a Rubik on the enemy team. Nothing worse than getting his ult stolen, and you can't really effectively do a lot to stop that if he's close enough.
Yep. What are you thinking about this second pick here? Must consider this.
Yeah, there's a lot of consideration. You can kind of tell these two teams probably did not expect to match with each other in the first game. It doesn't seem to be a lot of confidence in these lineups. Got an early Undying pick, which is very brave.
Okay.
Undying,
could be like a 4 Undying, I suppose.
Yeah, could be 4 Undying, could be 3 Undying. Undying's a hero that, like some others in the game, is relatively easy to counter. I think probably the easiest hero to counter that would be in that lot, but you still kind of have to counter him.
5 seconds remaining.
He's got a lot of really nasty tricks that nobody wants to deal with, especially that Ags. I think that Ags is one of the hidden gem Ags in the entire game. There's a Phoenix in response, which really falls under the same banner. Phoenix...
There's two people who can't really deal with Phoenix, so...
Phoenix is in the very unenviable position, I would say, of being a hero that's very easy to counter, but also a hero that's probably not worth waiting for the second round to draft.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
So here we are. It'll be interesting to see if somebody picks up something to deal with that. I doubt we're gonna see like a Snapfire or something, but
If only they could pick Marcy. But alas, she's not in captain's
mode.
10 seconds remaining.
Probably until a second nerf.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
has to be nerfed into uselessness, just like every new hero.
Yep. Start off really, really stupidly strong, and then just nerf him into the ground after you stop selling Arcanas and stuff.
Dire team
I
back.
don't think an Arcana or anything like that came out with Marcy, though. I think that's one of the first in a while, I think. Got Lena and Anti-Mage going down, as well as Ursa and Faceless Void. That, I don't know, it looks like both teams are really thinking about Medusa here.
Potentially.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know if Void is necessarily that good against Medusa. Cause
I would say he is. If she's not actively ulting when Void jumps on her, he can
even if
just...
she has the mana shield on, it's not really enough time to kill like a Medusa with any form.
That depends on how farmed Void is and what position he's playing.
I would say it points more towards like an Ember Spirit.
Right. The Invoker ban on GG's, it doesn't really matter what your composition is. Invoker's never a bad ban if you think somebody else on the enemy team might be able to actually run him.
Yep.
I think there's almost a bit of lost art in Invoker nowadays, which is why I feel like you see a lot less of him in the PB, especially at lower levels. Like, I think new players just don't even want to bother with him.
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult position for Invoker because it feels like a lot of people think he's not Slardar pick up there. Doesn't really say much. Could be very interesting momentum-based hero. Goes well with Undying. Anyway, I think the problem with Invoker is people don't really want to learn Invoker, don't want to go through the process of learning Invoker or the various branches of the guy unless he's like really overpowered. And so when he's not, you just have like a massive flux away from the hero in the community.
Right.
And it's been a long time since Invoker has been necessarily on top of the heap, so you know how it goes. Phantom Lancer gets picked up. Maybe they're just assuming Medusa's about to come out and trying to counterpick in advance.
Maybe.
Wouldn't say PL is particularly great against any of these guys up so far. I would actually say he's in quite a lot of trouble if Undying and Slardar get him in a good position.
Yep.
He's certainly not
Jakiro
going to
said so that-
either. Yeah, Jakiro can just drop Macropire, get rid of all the illusions. Undying can just sap his strength and make him as strong as an illusion. You know, mess with them all via the zombies. And if Slardar ults the real one, then you're always going to know which one it is, no matter what, basically.
Yeah. I think he can purge it with his W, but it's like
I don't
a
know if that
talent that
does
makes it
purge with them.
unpurgeable, I think.
Yeah. There is that
So you
aforementioned
pretty much
Bane.
have to get that. Yeah, Bane. Pretty late Bane. Kind of odd.
Can tell you this much, Bane with that Phoenix is going to be a real nasty combo. Just having to sit there and eat the sun is not something anybody wants to do.
Yep. Plus the Centaur kind of works in keeping you there too.
Right. Centaur is a good point guard for Phoenix, if nothing else. They definitely have a good combination there because Phoenix can keep Centaur Warrunner healed with Sunray when Phoenix is up, which is good because Centaur tends to be an HP balloon. You know, a lot of HP, not a lot of anything else, right? Whereas when Phoenix goes down, when he goes into the sun, then Centaur Warrunner can make himself a really big presence, really big threat, and keep people away from it. Also think it's a pretty good lane combination. They got a lot of variety of damage, and they've basically got two heroes that you both kind of need to focus on. They can really support each other pretty well. The only slight issue is that Phoenix's numbers are bad, and he's hard to pick in this pool.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hard hero to pick the position for him, you know, because it's like if you pick him early, you might see somebody like, say, Phantom Assassin on the other lineup that just completely shuts him down effortlessly.
Right. Well, shuts him down. She's not Fiend's Grip.
Right. But then you're having to use Fiend's Grip in service of a support, you know how it goes. I mean, it's not a bad Fiend's Grip target anyway.
Yeah, I
especially
mean,
if he doesn't have BKB up.
Gripping PA is just what you do, I feel like. Unless they have
Yeah, we could be seeing a very
like an
interesting
important mid
two.
hero.
Yeah, it could be seeing an important two that kind of messes with that idea. I feel like if you see a PA, you're usually going to see a pretty big two, because you know you can't really put the bank on PA's back.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, you can, but not over PL. Yeah.
I would say even on the best day, it's really hard to go all in on PA because she's just so easily countered by
Radiant
Halberd,
team
I think.
Right.
Just too many
Which
answers.
center will probably buy anyway.
Right.
Seconds remaining.
Both teams going for big time magic damage meds between Leshrac and Puck.
5 seconds remaining.
I do think
Dire team bad.
my instant thought is that Sparta's probably going to go with the Spirit for their mid.
Yeah.
Especially with that anti-mage ban fairly early on, which has not really led to anything yet. I could easily see like a Storm Spirit there. That's another good sign that that's happening. Spirits do not like Viper, because Viper can just kind of drop damage on their head and make him run away.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
And a Spirit would certainly go with their team
5
comp, as it
seconds
were. I
remaining.
mean, here's a combination of things that you really don't want to have happen: Corrosive Haze, and then Ember Spear comes in and hits you a million times with its Battle Fury.
Yep.
Here's a combination that you don't want to have happen. You get about 1 billion strength sapped away from you, and then Storm Spirit jumps on you from the other side of the map.
Right.
I think the only
Just
wrong
up.
answer here would be Earth. Or Brewmaster, if you count that.
Or vengeful.
You're the extended member of the Spirit family. I'm surprised they never renamed Vengeful Spirit, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Vengeful ghost.
Zoinks, like Scoob, there's a Vengeful Ghost here.
Dire team pick.
Void
Speaking of
Spirit,
spirits and mid,
right.
it's almost a denial pick. I would have said that Void Spirit probably would have been the best possible pickup for This is Sparta here.
Right.
Now
10
the best is
seconds
probably
remaining.
Storm. The Storm does get countered by Void to some
5
degree, so
seconds
maybe Ember?
remaining.
I don't know, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I'd probably go for Ember. Storm Spirit really doesn't like Void Spirit, and he doesn't like Bane either. I guess
Right.
Ember isn't too much of a fan of Bane either, but
Looks like they went with your idea. They went with Ember.
okay.
Ember being played by the somewhat appropriately named Jackie Chen.
Yeah.
I
Another
like-
hero opponent, at least it's not the team name this time.
I like Big Boy LaCroix.
Yeah, that's a good name. Shoutouts to you, Big Boy LaCroix.
Or as I like to call him, Big Boix LaCroix.
Yeah. Now I'll unsubscribe to your channel and never watch again after hearing that.
I like how he's unintentionally like censoring Phantom Assassin's face with this big weapon.
Yeah.
His big indescribable like conch mallet, I guess, if I had to put a word on it.
Oh, we got 10 sets, at least that's something.
It's gonna be very
Oh,
interesting.
Ember doesn't have a set, never mind.
I feel like you really almost have two very equivalent teams here. It's hard to call this one. You have two teams that effectively do the same things in a similar way. The GG is more focused on the magic damage side of thing, whereas This is Sparta is more focused on the fizz damage. But I would say they're like at their peak at roughly the same amount of time. They have a fairly similar amount of carry potential,
Yep.
And they have a fairly similar amount of early game.
Alright, here we go.
London is an irony smurf.
Prepare for
I'm gonna hold off on calling out roles here until lane starts because I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a tough affair to figure out, particularly where the support side of things is going.
Undying appreciates it.
I'm assuming it's Phoenix 4 and Bane 5, but you never know. By the way, I like how this team has a wizard on presumably Pause 5 as opposed to a magician on another team's.
Yeah, Wizard versus Magician, Grand Finals.
Can only hope.
Oh man, they're gonna run into Phoenix here.
Phoenix is
Good
not in
dive.
a good way. He has dive at least.
Okay.
Still pretty
Not
much
great
either,
that he has to level that level 1, but
yeah, not only does he have to level that
30
level 1, he
seconds
also
to
has to
battle.
either go home or get some regen. That or
Yep.
just walk in a lane at like half HP. Because he does not have a Sav over here. It's two things support, especially Pause 4, I would say Pause 4 most of all, really doesn't want to do this early in the game. Go home or buy a Sav.
yeah.
the battle begins.
Looks like just north side versus south side here. 2 for 2. Dying's headed to top. He might be just TPing though. TP bot.
possible.
Slardar is down there bot.
Jakira's also hovering around that lane.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be Undying as the 5. That is not very common. Glad I didn't start calling there then.
It's pretty funny.
Alright, so, Triumph and Squawk. The GG's. Pause 5 here. We've got Wizard on Bane. Pause 4. We've got Heatwave on Phoenix. Pause 3. Got Passkey on Centaur Warrunner. I'm going to be constantly flipping back to bot because I feel like there's a decent chance we see a super early kill down here for whatever reason. Pause 1, who has messed up the order so far. Devirus on Phantom Lancer. And finally, we've got London on Pause 2 Void Spirit. On the other hand, Jackie Chen, Pause 2 Ember Spirit. We've got G Raff, who's sponsored by The Beatus, as Pause 1 on Phantom Assassin. Pause 5 is Carp, currently playing Undying. Pretty rare hero for that slot. Pause 4, Jakiro, being played by Asclitter 3. And finally, we have our boy, Big Boy LaCroix,
Big boy
playing,
LaCroix.
playing Pause
Get a
3.
little bit of a kill there. Ugh, close.
Pause 3 for This Is Sparta.
Yep.
Big Boy almost got himself a kill there. Very, it's going to be very violent at bot, I feel like. It's going to be sort of a slaughter here. I can tell you this much, I really do not understand the decision to split up Undying and Slaughter. It's such a mean lane combination. I mean, you're losing a ranged hero doing that, but jeez, is it hurt a lot.
Oh, we'll see. Could pay off.
Could pay off. It could pay off, but at this juncture, that's just my analysis. Make the Centaur stomp your lane. One thing that I will say is a hero that you certainly don't want to be laning against Undying with is Centaur Warrunner. His strength is really all he's got, and Undying can take that right away for you. Oh, there goes Undying's courier. Very unfortunate for him.
And it is Undying against 2 strength heroes, so, you know.
It's true.
Sort of getting poked a bit.
And not much is going to come out of that, but
Dying poking his taunt button.
Okay.
Use it to less it.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, yeah.
tower is under attack.
Just looks so underwhelming when it gets elasted. It just disappears and the creep blows up.
Yeah.
Really should add like an animation or something for that. And the Lance are getting pretty messed up here. Everybody at top is as well. It's all going down at the same time.
Yep.
Did I call
Let shrink still.
Did I call Passkey a Centaur Warrunner here? I know I called Centaur Warrunner, but I don't think I named the guy.
Yeah, you did.
Shoutouts to Passkey. Violent as things got for a moment there. Looks like it's mostly going to be fine here. Only person who's really that close to death is Centaur, and I do not see him biting it anytime soon. You got the last one of those off at least. The most important one, arguably.
It's true.
So Radiant is generally ahead so far for last hits, but doesn't look like by particularly much.
Truly even passive lane phase.
Yeah, this is like this is the worst possible lane phase to be seeing as a commentator because everybody keeps almost dying, nobody is dying, and nothing besides is happening.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Well, there's a courier death.
Oh, now this could be interesting. This
yeah.
could be that
This is
aforementioned death.
First
Yep.
Blood.
First Blood, Centaur Warrunner goes down to the Undying Tombstone.
Some for it. Yep. Phoenix.
They do sing the song of death. Undying, completely
Yep,
out of
dive.
mana here.
No, he
Dive is on
doesn't.
cooldown. I doubt they're going to be able to follow anyway, because Undying just completely out of mana there.
Yep.
And Undying's a scary guy and all that, but if he has no mana, he has nothing to do with his life.
Yeah, just punch you, that's about it.
His base attack damage is not really that great, especially before he's stolen anybody's strength. Both members of the Dire down here, both Big Boy LaCroix and Jakiro, running a little low. Might see a Phoenix just forced to back to the tower.
Yep.
Might see something come of this, especially they're going big in on it. But both guys out of mana at the last and worst possible moment there. Very unfortunate for the both of them. Ember Spirit invades the enemy triangle, picks himself a couple of bounty runes for free, and uses that to put his team back at the top of the net worth chart.
Nice.
Void Spirit is TP'd bot down here. It's a
Yeah,
little
it's
interesting.
waiting on
Let's see,
something.
see where it goes. I mean, both of these guys are still just kind of hanging out down here.
Radiant's middle
Oh,
got
he's got a
haste.
haste.
He wants Slardar. He wants him bad. Oh, he missed the stun, but he still got him. It's in a little danger here. Jackie Chen, their Ember Spirit, he has showed up, but I think he got a little overwhelmed with the amount of targets he had in front of his face. He didn't really pick anybody, and everybody kind of gets away from that.
Yep.
Decent sized pickoff for Void Spirit, especially good for him that Ember Spirit came to kind of fruitlessly intervene, because he means he didn't miss anything not being at mid, basically.
Right. Still equalize.
Yeah, he's still leading for last hits, in fact. Getting close to a 10 advantage, but Ember Spirit has a completely free wave now, so there is that at least. Going for him.
Yeah, gank top with an arcane too.
He might.
Kinda
He looks like
it,
he's
yeah.
really looking at this place. They got
He's super
no
looking at it.
vision.
They don't have vision.
They
They
do have
little
vision.
there.
They got a ward here. They know he's
A
coming.
little too late.
Yeah, Undying got the hell out of there. He was pinging the hell out of him, but looks like PA really just was not paying that great of attention. And Undying has to
That's
stay
dead.
to bail him out.
Nope, no mana.
He popped one. Phoenix actually died in the background there.
Yeah, he's dead.
Your kind is lost.
Phoenix actually couldn't beat the Tombstone. The zombies just killed him casually.
Yep.
Very unfortunate for Phoenix. A little cap in the feather of Undying, but still not a great sign. Not a great, not something you want to happen to the
Very
safe
active
lane.
Void Spirit here. Just getting these good runes and pressing them.
Meanwhile, on the other hand,
Bounty.
looks like Ember Spirit might have made a trip himself, because he's found himself here at spawn with no HP, or, well, not no HP, but a decent HP, but no mana. So again, Ember Spirit occupied, doing very little while Void Spirit was out. Very fortunate for him, and it's hard to blame Ember Spirit because Void Spirit's just got the better early game. It's just as simple as that.
And he
got a
also
Centaur ult.
understands. He understands the value of runes very well. Like he gets haste, just instantly makes a move with it. Gets an arcane rune, instantly runs to the top lane.
I can't see exactly why that Stampede went out. That was the first one of the game to boot. I mean, PA is
Yeah, he was a
pretty
little low, but
Ember Spirit came top.
yeah, he's trying to replicate what his buddy has been doing.
It's
I'm
time
gonna
to
run on the
gank.
center. Nope, just gonna
Scanning.
slay chains and melt him.
The gank has succeeded.
Press the taunt button.
Phoenix really, I hate to say it because it's gonna sound a little mean, but I think I deserve to be a little mean there. Phoenix really kind of hung his buddy out to dry there. I don't think that was a guaranteed death for him, but now it's a guaranteed death for the both of them.
Is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Shout out
Alright.
to the train, by the way. That's always unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm glad we get to hear Ember Spirit going from across the map, and I have him
Yeah.
selected. That does indeed purge
Yeah,
gross
purges
mage,
it.
okay.
Does he have a trait for it to become undisposable?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
25, so it's not
25,
really
okay.
going to be a factor for most of the game.
So there you go.
As you might have expected, I suppose, from the way we mentioned how similar the sort of ethos of both these teams were. Pretty much a stalemate here in lane phase.
Yep.
On one hand, Void Spirit got a lot done with kills, while on the other hand, Ember Spirit ended up at the very last minute just getting a load of farm in very little time. Oh,
Oh,
now
rip
this might be
straight up.
this might
they're
be a
gonna put
big
the sun
way
on top of
to
it. She's dead.
yep, big way to start off the post lane phase. Just immediately snipe out PA. Just put them back a few minutes. That might put a slight W into the column of the Radiant going out of lane phase there.
Oh, good remnant.
Yep,
Wasn't
just
followed up on, but
just perhaps trying to figure out whether there's multiple people there or just Akiro, just trying to be a nuisance.
oh,
This tower
good
is
TP.
low enough that people are feeling the need to
Yeah.
come defend it.
Has been killed.
Barely missed that ice path. I'm actually a little surprised it didn't land. Stampede
Okay.
coming in. Centaur and
Saving this
Phoenix trying to desperately just pull out of here. Phoenix uses the
Well,
Sunray
where's
to get that
Methu?
heal on him. They're thinking of turning this around.
Dire's top
Risking too
tower
much
is under
strength.
attack.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Dire's
I can
middle
definitely
tower
see what
is under
the
attack.
point would have been, but I feel like, especially with Ember Spirit here, they're risking quite a lot.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Slaughter's pretty low. Not sure what happened to him.
It's getting just beat up by PL, basically. Oh, Undying's now also pretty low. In fact, I
Oh,
think
boy.
he might be just dead here.
It's only a level 1 ray, I think. Okay, it's level 2.
Doesn't matter. He's just going down.
They melt him.
Both Bane and Void Spirit being very active here at the at this point in the game.
Grip up in another 5 seconds. You know, with the
Yeah.
way this man's been playing, he's gonna look for a grip as soon as possible on an important target.
Could be Jackie Chen's turn to go down. I don't think they
he's
really have
looking.
enough punishment here for him though, and he's out anyway.
He's gonna run bot lane. Void Spirit has another haste.
Yep, gets Sardar for free and gets the hell out of there. He is getting real lucky with these runes so far, I tell ya. And he's
Uh-oh.
almost running right into PA here. PA just having to retreat outright.
Yep, I'll ward that up.
Very fortunate for that corrosive AIDS was on his head. There's one guy I will say who probably should be following the path of the Wanderer here on the Radiant. I feel like old Centaur Warrunner really should get out of lane with Undying. It's just not somewhere it's good for him to be, basically.
Yeah.
Just too direct of a counter, really. Maybe you notice every time something goes wrong, he's constantly having to pop his ult for it.
Big old sec ancients here.
I believe every Centaur ult so far has been defensive. That scan just so barely missing where the Dire are.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Really almost gives an outright inaccurate picture of what's going on down there. Looks like Slardar wants another round with PL. It's mostly illusions. Figured out what the real one was pretty quick.
They're so going top towards them dying. I'm not sure they'll do anything there, but we'll watch here as PL gets poked.
Yeah. See if PL's actually going to go down. He's looking.
Might
Yeah,
be a
he's
little
looking
more than a poke.
pretty dead here. But
Oh,
Sardar,
no.
he ran out of mana at the worst possible
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
I think he hesitated a little much on that final stun. He gets Big Boy LaCroix getting a tip for his
well,
troubles.
the gank squad here.
Goes right back. Oh, they finally get a. Oh no! Oh, there's some miscomm there, but it's fine. He's just so dead anyway.
Yep. Grip still available. Wasn't used for that.
Jackie Chen goes down and gets the job done on PL. Stuck around at a pretty low HP, it seems.
Yep.
Damage. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom
Radiant so
tower
far
is
have
under
been
attack.
sweeping for towers. They got both the T1 mid and top, but now it looks like they finally might be losing one of their own, though.
Yeah,
With
potentially.
seemingly, yeah, Shiro's still fairly low level, so this is moving sort of slowly. Slardar really does not have any attack speed on him. Bet you anything that's Blink coming? Yep. Sardar's
Yep.
got Blink.
Radiant's bottom
Oh,
tower
this is just
is
for
under
Another
PA.
PA, huh?
But that
She got a little far enough away.
yeah,
Dire's
nope,
Sad though.
not quite. That
Resident Pulse.
that wand is doing a lot of work for old Void Spirit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Centaur is just giving as
Dire's
carrying
top
as little
tower
as
is
possible,
under attack.
though perhaps he should care a little bit as Phoenix just gets eaten off sides.
Yep.
It is notable
Dire's
that
top tower
we're
is
having
under
this
attack.
sort of four-man gankathon while PL is mostly just sticking to himself. If we
Yep.
take a look at that net worth chart, PL's actually only in third place, but it's still a secure third over anybody on the Dire.
Yeah.
This is very good
Good
for
at
PL.
throwing.
Just buying room.
Centaur. Defensively ults.
Yep.
Void Spirit finds it very amusing.
Sardar pig pulled there, but problem is that he was so slowed that it was just like a 1 mile per hour pig pull.
Something funny about that.
Yeah, the 1 mile per hour pig pole is like when like Necro gets a or Warlock gets a haste room and they do their little old man shuffle. What is this? Oh my god, that better not be a Dire. Fey grenade. That's Dire's Fey grenade! Oh god! The first jungle item appropriated by the enemy team so far.
Yep. Had a few Aegis snatches, but no jungle item snatches till now.
Just got straight up left there. I wonder if Ember's gonna try and tackle Centaur. I don't think he can take him right now. I mean, he could beat him up. Centaur has no hope of killing Ember, but I doubt the reverse is really true either. Just 2 ships passing in the night here. Quicksilver Amulet on Slardar. Probably not good for the man himself, because he's pretty much consistently off cooldown, but... Ooh, Phoenix is getting really messed up here.
Oh,
Just
he's
has
gonna
the desperation ult. Slardar coming in to try and stop it, but boy, is he in the wrong part of town. Oh, that wasn't a good Yules, man. That was not a good Yules. Slardar wasn't going to be able to beat the sun up anyway. Oof, that was just not well communicated. They just missed out on a kill, I think.
It happens.
Yep. Gonna get Undying for it at least.
Yeah.
And looks like they might be getting Slardar anyway. No, he's just getting out way too fast.
Big pull, PA. Just gonna eat
just
the
get-
Phoenix there on the back lines and die.
Eat Phoenix and get Fiend's Grip again. Fiend's Grip so far, I'm pretty sure every single Fiend's Grip has been put on PA.
She is super targeted right now.
Yep. 2 and 4. Things are not going great for her. Got the spirits having a little bant.
Yeah. Just gonna astral step away.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Dire still committed to chasing this. Oh my god, look at that pig go. Still committed to chasing this, so 1 Stampede is all it needs to change their minds.
Notice the Hood of Defiance on PL.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I was thinking about what the end game of that was myself. It's probably going to be Eternal Shroud, right? But like, very interesting. You know, going for perhaps Spell Lifesteal here. Not a very common thing to see on the guy. Perhaps he's just thinking ahead of time about like Macropire.
Yeah.
It's not like they really have much magic damage besides. They have like Macropire and
If
Ember
Ember
Shield.
builds that way. Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Besides that, not a lot. Very interesting. Slardar taking himself a nice nap in front of the T1 here. Bane is desperately calling for support, but does not find it aside from one stray PLQ. Phoenix is here, wants to go in, but his friends don't really.
Available if he wants it.
Friends don't really want to follow him. To that end, it really hasn't accomplished anything down there. Centaur's been steadily just kind of free farming on his own time. If we looked back at last hits, which I don't really feel compelled to be honest with you. I think net worth is probably a bit more important at this point. You can see, oh, finally we have Ember Spirit getting gripped, and Ember Spirit just going down fast. Slardar goes down off sides down here in the little skirmish of bot to the
Void Spirit,
yeah, the Void Spirit Centaur tag team.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And Radiant saw where PA is.
Sure did. She still has the target on her head.
Yep. Everybody on the die is converging right for her. They want PA bad, and they are gonna get her, it looks like. Yep.
Man, maybe the most effective targeting of a single core we've seen in this tournament so far. They've just completely dedicated their lives to keeping her down.
Yeah, I feel like at this point it's almost
Dire's
better
top tower is under attack.
to sort of get over her and move on to Ember Spirit, because you know, you can counter PA with 1 item. You can't do that with Ember.
Unless you buy an Orchid or something.
Maybe you buy an Orchid. Orchid has the weakness of BKB, which Halberd doesn't so much, as long as your timing's good.
Sure.
Could have Sheepstick, but boy, is Sheepstick a big purchase, and it still has to be deployed before he pops BKB. Ember, I believe, just sleight of fisted nothing.
That happens.
Void Spirit's looking really hard at his brother there.
Taking a look. They
Doesn't
do
like that.
They do a little dance in the mid lane and then disengage.
PL finds Mere Coin.
Oh, Centaur.
A lot of heat going down on
Oh,
Centaur,
dying
but
single
boy,
leg,
is
dude.
that the wrong target to go in on. Everybody else pretty much just eats a load of damage for this. They're trapped running right in front of the
Oh
sun.
my
Fiend's grip
God,
on Ember's
Ember's
Spear
grip.
knocks him out. One survivor, it's PA.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's not good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Undying wants his team to cast their spells.
It's a very, very difficult scenario. They've really built well around this Phoenix Sun, and Dire really did not
Yep.
do much to counter it outside of PA. And PA's on paper sort of counter, it feels like. You know, PA's great at dealing with the Sun if she's in a team fight against Phoenix, but to this point she hasn't been.
And you have to note that every Fiend's Grip has been a successful kill on a core.
Yep, every single one has either killed Ember Spirit or PA. They haven't even had one on Slardar yet. It's been all one or two.
I mean, Ember was rushing Lincoln's earlier, just for it, basically. Might be pretty close to it by now. Probably.
Looking desperately for PA. They think she's trying to juke instead of just running straight away, but they're wrong on that.
Yeah.
PA just casually TP's bot, get this hell out of there. You know, actually probably wouldn't have been too bad of an idea for her to TP mid, just go farm out the triangle instead, just to make her make them think that she's still there.
Right.
But you know, that's just a small thing, just one of
But
the
yeah,
little
like I said,
things.
Lincoln's on Ember. It'll be online pretty soon. You might have it coming out on this career. So,
No, he has a possessed
not
mask
just a
coming
possessed
out on this
mask.
career.
Alright.
Only just now.
Far from Lincoln's.
Yeah. Only just now got himself a jungle item, which is kind of strange. That or he put one up and brought one out. I guess it's not that strange when you're down one of your items, but you know.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
PL has the forbidden knowledge that people seem to lack, the knowledge you can change if Vambrace is an attribute.
Dire's
Yep.
top
No
tower
Quicksilver
Sure.
on the Radiant, which is kind of weird. You'd think old Void Spirit be all about that, but he wants a little magic damage and CD instead.
Just gonna knock down this tier 2 up here.
top tower has
Very
fallen.
casually, just completely demolish it. Dire really not getting anything done objective-wise in the downtime.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dire seems to have this idea that Radiant's about to fall in on them. Might not be the worst idea in the world.
Dire's
One TP the PL. I'm just gonna devour all the Slur's mana. Oh, the
Yep.
sun!
Devour Slardar's mana.
is under attack.
PA's looking at the sun, but PA turned around. PA looked away from the sun at the last and worst possible moment, and now for her
Still
crime,
available.
she's dead. She's just dead. Undying dead. Ember Spirit dead.
Yeah,
Fiend's Grip.
rip.
That's it. They didn't even pop Fiend's Grip during that whole fight. They lost nobody. This
Oh,
is
man.
going just worse, getting worse and worse.
Has fallen.
That was brutal efficiency.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't even know what you could do against a fight like that.
Yeah. No, it's just come down to this. I think it's just an early game win for Radiant here. If Dire makes a comeback here, it's going to be really almost to Radiant's discredit rather than Dire's credit, unless they have some crazy wacky idea. It's going to change the meta as we know it, I think.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Lose a set of racks, lose 5 guys, a set of racks. You're down 20k.
Oof.
Less than a 1 to 3 kill ratio for them. MPL just casually strolls into double damage and is looking at Roche, and it's not hard to see why.
It's a bit of a shellacking, as our friends at TI would say.
Radiant are scattered. Dire are scanning.
Dire jumped into the Roche pit looking for BL, found nothing there, and they just immediately flew the coop.
Yeah.
Radiant waiting for the counterattack, but Dire left. They did not expect Dire to just leave like that. Doesn't
they're
really
gonna go
matter.
in.
Big initiate. Undying gets all his stuff off, but gets
Someone's grip.
very little more.
Oh,
I
it's
believe that was PA,
PA.
yep.
Remember, Nightmare.
Ember,
he's dead.
he's about to be in a nightmare. No, they missed the
Ooh.
stun, but boy, he's still in quite a bit of trouble down here. Yep.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Still,
Oh,
still goes down.
that's it.
They're calling. Jeez. Now that was a massacre.
Yeah.
That was a really strong draft.
Well executed.
Really strong draft on the part of the GGs. I don't think the Dire even really particularly played that badly. I think they just got completely rolled over by that team comp. That's definitely like a group that they've run before.
Yep.
There is
Man.
such a thing as chemistry, but I don't think that's chemistry on that one. I think that's like experience. You know, that's
Such
not a
efficient
natural.
team fights.
Yeah. The Centaur and Bane with the Phoenix were really just a trio of terror there. They could really keep anybody they wanted down at any point. You know, the Fiend's grip with the Sun was just such a disaster for this is Sparta to deal with. They never could. They never had an answer to it.
Yep.
There were definitely some good attempts made. I feel like, you know, Undying was building probably the best possible way he could in this scenario, but unfortunately he was Undying pause 5 and really should have been pause 4. Should have been doing at least a little bit of farming, doing more farming than Jakiro was in this game.
Yep.
I feel like spreading out the money here would have been the better strategy because, well, they're getting picked anyway. They need all 5 people to be on the field, and Undying is not somebody who can get away with no money. I think that was one of the bigger issues they had here. You know, Undying was just starved to death. Ha 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 ha. It's just not the kind of hero where that works for him.
Right.
But it's hard to say things would have gone that much better had that not been the case. It's hard to say that that there would have been a major difference here. The GGs just came in with a great team comp. Sparta was just not expecting it. The best part is PL, outside of doing a load of building damage, didn't even have all that much to do with this combination in the match as a whole. He was just that overarching, yeah, that overhanging, that lingering threat, just right overhead. So, yeah, good job, GGs. You really put it to him this time. See if they can replicate that feat next time. What do you think?
There's a good chance.
And unlike usual, I feel like you can't even really get any useful analysis out of this match. Like, I don't think it would be fair at all to mention like gameplay on the Dire at all, because like gameplay itself almost didn't have a factor in this match. This was all draft.
Right.
Execution
Well,
for the Radiant.
yeah.
Execution for the Radiant, but like all draft basically. So let's see if that's quite the same next time.